Good morning, everyone. This is Bryson DeChambeau 9-hole cup played in final round Master Division. For hole 1 par 4, I'm going to show you two drives, one with a great left hit and one with a perfect hit. In both the cases, I was using 5 top spin and 2 left spin. Half of the yellow ring inside the rough in this shot here. Elevation, I played maximum distance plus 10% and then I pushed it to max. Now, there are many other streamers who would recommend Titan, Kingmaker, maybe a Kingslayer. Not a Kingslayer though, we need a higher win. So Titan, Kingmaker, even Luminaries. But I try to keep it free to play, and this is the reason why
Great shot!
I'm using a Zerk here. Again, I push up to max so that I do not need to apply overpower. Doesn't matter, slow needle or like fast needle. So I just use 5 top spin and 2 left spin, and we are sitting nicely on the fairway. Now this is the shot I played in my regular tournament play. Again, the same setup, 2 left spin, but in this case I'm using 5.5 top spin as we have comparatively lower wind. So I wanted to be on the safer side, so I added 0.5 bars of top spin there. Half ring inside the rough, the yellow ring inside the rough on the left, epoch 6, epoch 5. And again, maximum distance plus 10%, and then we push our target to max. The only sole reason why I'm pushing my target to max is because I do not want to apply any overpower, irrespective slow needle, fast needle. I do not want to apply any OP. You push it to max, left curl, just try to hit perfect.
Perfect shot!
I did hit perfect, and with that camera angle, it was like, okay, this might drop, but again, we just changed the path. It's a must eagle, it's not a must hole in one, so just keep that in mind. And we have a very short putt for an easy eagle on hole 1.
Nice on!
Hole number 2, here we are going to play with the Guardian, and elevation I'm going to use the same which I used in the qualifying round, that is 30% at max plus 30%. 3 right spin and about, I would say, 6 backspin. First I thought of 7 backspin, then I thought, okay, we don't really need 7, 6 should suffice in my opinion, and I was correct. Clearing just by the edge of the bunker there on the left at plus 9 yard mark. And once again, elevation, maximum distance plus 30%. Now, what I did wrong here, I hit a terrible great left. If I had hit a minute great left or maybe a perfect, for that sense, if I had hit perfect, then it would have definitely dropped for the hole in one. A little counter curl to the
Great
right,
shot!
just to compensate for the wind push we have from right to left. And you see with that terrible great left, we missed the funnel completely. Hit perfect.
Nice
Or a
on!
minor great left might also drop the hole in one for me. Hole 3 par 5. Here we have ascended wind. If you want to be aggressive, use the Bryson ball or any par 5 toss wind boost ball. I guess Earth ball or Bryson ball are the ones, or you can also go with the par 5 in 0, but again, it's not recommended. I just went for a predefined spot here, but I guess in case of epoch 6, I should have kept the yellow ring just by the right of the dark green bush there. So that's why I clipped the rough, which I should not have. I just missed out on the accuracy of epoch 6. So you will see max toss spin, right spin, and we just roll through the rough. Now for shot number 2, if you do not roll through the rough, you will have comparatively more distance. In my case, I was at absolute max of my Hornet level 9. So keeping my bounce on the fringe, aligning my ball guard line toward the pin. 2 backspin here, keeping the ball guard line short. But I would recommend keeping a little more towards the center left of the cup, because we have a wind push from left to right if you like carefully observe that. Elevation I played maximum distance plus 20%, but I forgot about the slider. I should have played this one around like 92 to 94% slider, but I absolutely missed that out. And we do hit perfect, but you will see
Perfect shot.
we missed this one on the right. So instead of 20, play 25% and about 96 to 94%
Nice on.
slider. And you might drop the albatross. Hole for part 3. Here, hole in one will be a bonus, irrespective of any division. I'm using season 35 ball, which is a power 4 win 5. You can play with power 1 win 5, power 2 win 5 as well. Not power 2, maybe power 1, power 4. Using appropriate amount of backspin there, which was not again enough. I should have went with full backspin. And elevation I played here, medium distance plus 10%. Power 1 ball settings, which is 6.5 rings for rocket never 10.
Perfect shot.
Just hit perfect. And you'll see we end up on the right side of the pin. Hole 5 par 5. Now if you want to have an LB opportunity on this hole, you have to play on the left side. There's like no other option here. I'm using a par 4 win 5 ball. You can play with a par 5 win 4. You can attempt with the luminary, but I'm not really confident about it, because if you get a higher wind, then you will need to cut that wind down using a win 4 or win 5 ball. In my case, power 4 win 5, 4th anniversary ball, max top spin, 1 left spin. And make sure your ball guideline is centered on the path there, like the bowl pad there. Elevation max plus 10%. And irrespective of how many rings you go into OP, you have to play with max overpower here. It's not a slower needle, it was like a fast needle, but
Perfect shot.
it shows that. And I do hit a perfect shot, and you will see we bounce close here. So maybe you can play with a power 5 and 4 ball instead to have more cushion there. Now for the albatross attempt, I keep my second bounce before the fringe with the ball guideline on the center left of the cup, but going through the hole. Very important to keep it through the hole. See, just right there. And elevation I played max plus 20%, but I would recommend going maybe with max plus 15 or max plus 10 depending on your wind strength. The reason why I tell you to play 15% is because I hit a great right with the sniper, and I still miss on the left side of the cup. So
Great shot.
the shot seems to be a little over adjusted. 15 or 10%, again depending on the wind strength, might give you the albatross.
Nice on.
Hole 6 par 4. Here you can have a drop if you adjust everything correct. I did hit perfect on both the shots, but I did not adjust correct on the second shot. I thought I had one right spin, but I had half bar right spin there, so that's why I clipped the rough here. Not clip the rough, like roll through the rough. Max top spin and use one right spin, not like 0.5 like I did here. Max plus 10%. And just try to hit a perfect shot.
Perfect shot.
You don't really have to play with the luminary, but I wanted to get at the absolute minimum distance of my short iron, but unfortunately due to that rough bounce, I was a little short on the yardage. Now, like, my aim was to be at the absolute minimum distance, but that was not the case as we clipped the rough on the second bounce. So I checked my club distance. We were about like 30% club here, but considering the wind, I played this one medium distance, no elevation. But I guess I should have played this one minimum distance, maybe with 5% over adjustment, because medium distance no elevation was a little too much and we missed this one on the right. So according to a distance, if you are at minimum distance, you play min distance 0%, or
Perfect shot.
If you're at a range like I was, 380 yards, you play minimum distance
Nice on.
plus 5%. Hole number 7. Here we have a cross headwind again. I'm using the Kingslayer. You can go with the Kingmaker if you would like, or you can go with maybe a power 3 wind 5 ball if you want, but I try to keep it like free to play in most of the cases except for hole 4 and hole 5 where you would need a wind 5 ball. So once again, this adjustment was pretty easy, 1:1 with the rock, and you just try to hit perfect.
Great shot.
That was a terrible great left from me, and a great shot will never drop on a hole like this, but still we have a safe birdie.
Nice on.
Once again, a toss spin boost ball here. If you are going free to play, then you would go with the Kingmaker, but I'm using the Dunes ball for his toss spin boost. One less spin and max toss spin possible with the Thor's hammer. And I lay back my club with half of the red ring inside the rough at +1 yard mark. I play this one maximum distance plus 10%. Check out, you need to check the amount of rings you go into overpower. It was about 1.1 rings there. But I use about 4 to 5 rings to have even more distance.
Perfect shot.
0.25 curl to the left, try to hit a perfect shot. Making a very good yardage here. Now for shot number 2. From my looks, I was about like 15 to 20% club. Yellow ring inside the rough there, completely safe. 2 bars of backspin, very important to keep the ball guideline going through the hole, at least half a green square, as you can see there. But I guess I over adjusted this one a little because we missed this one on the right. I played medium distance, no elevation, but I would however recommend to play with minimum distance with 5 or 10% extra depending on your wind strength.
Perfect shot.
See, I do hit perfect. We take the rough bump, but we miss it on the right. So play min
Nice
plus
shot.
5 or 10% depending on your wind strength. Hole 9 par 5. Being honest, there's nothing to show here. So because I clipped the rough on the bounce and I ended up like what, 280 yards, not even 300. I was playing with the Zerk and I had the Guardian packed so that I can use the backspin approach on that green there, but unfortunately we had to use the toss spin on Guardian because of my very terrible drive. Max plus 10%, and you will see I will hit a great left, which will result in me directly taking the bounce on the rough and then rolling onto the green, making a very short yardage.
Great shot.
Great left, and we will clip the rough there. Sand, and it was a very short yardage, 286 yards. Now it is highly unlikely that you will make a terrible drive like I did, but just in case if you do, if you have a sniper, then you have toss spin. If you have the Guardian, you have the distance. So I had the Guardian, so I used 3 toss spin, 2 left spin here. Half of the red ring inside the rough on the left. Elevation, I played maximum distance plus 20%. At this point, it was just like either save the eagle or get the birdie. So I took my eagle here. No need to push up anything. Max plus 20, just try to hit a perfect shot.
Perfect shot.
And after a terrible drive, you will see we will save the course for an easy chip for the eagle.